What's his name?
I haven't gave it, sir. How you doing today?
Good. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. Can I get your name and badge number, sir?
Badge number is 1683. My name is First Sergeant Brad Kavanagh. I work out of the Garfield Station. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Cool. Can you tell me what's going on?
I was doing a legal protected constitution activity. Just out here filming. It seems like people didn't want to be engaged with my camera. But they don't mind the other 5 cameras that are in there as well.
Inside the building, or were you outside the building?
I was in and out, sir.
Okay.
I tried to tell the postmaster there's rules and regulations of Poster 7 that allows us to do this. He did not want to look at it. I advised your both officers about the rules and regulations. They didn't want to come in and take a look at it as well.
Okay.
I advised your both officers about the rules and regulations. They didn't want to come in and take a look at it as well.
Okay.
While I was coming in here to gather my stamp, which I do still have a receipt for, even if I didn't need to buy anything, I still can be out here filming. I had people come up to me and say, why am I filming? I didn't engage them, sir. They engaged me. Don't know why else you guys would be called here, sir.
Okay.
So, and that's where we're at right now. If you don't mind, sir, I could take a look at the Poster 7 that allows me to do this.
Poster 7?
Yes.
Why don't you just explain to me what that is right now before we walk over there, though?
It allows me to basically film anything in the corridors, walkway entries in the building as well.
Sure, let's go look at it.
All right, I appreciate it. I didn't know why it takes a supervisor for 2 other people to take a look at it.
Well, I asked them. I wanted to come up and meet you.
And they haven't, I asked them 6 times, sir, to take a look. I'm sorry, I'm lying. Now it's 5. I didn't want to waste your resources coming out here, sir. And this is really disgusts me. People wear gloves and they just leave them in the parking lot. Where's our manners at? After you guys.
Sure.
Thank you.
You following in too, Mr. Garcia, so you can get. You're gonna stay out. You don't want to learn today? Right over here, sir.
Okay.
These are the rules and regulations of what we're allowed to do. If you want to take a look at Poster 7, which allows us, look at the photography and news purposes over there.
Sure.
Oh, I do apologize about that, sir. Didn't see you there.
Well, I'm reading it here for you. It says that photographs for news purposes may be taken in entrances, lobbies, foyers, corridors, or auditoriums when used for public meetings, except where prohibited by official signs or security force personnel or other authorized personnel or a federal court order or rule. So based off of that first paragraph, it says it has to be for news purposes or auditoriums when used for public meetings. And the catch is, it says, unless prohibited by official signs, security force personnel, or other authorized personnel. Now, I'll check with the postal inspector, but I'm pretty sure he's going to meet that definition of other authorized personnel.
All right, so authorized personnel and all that, that's mean like I can't film behind those doors.
No, it's not saying who you can't film.
Okay.
It's saying photographs for news purposes may be taken in entrance lobbies, except where it's meaning you can take the pictures, except where it's saying
I cannot.
correct by either a sign, a security force, or another authorized personnel. So a sign can tell you you're not allowed to take photographs on this property. An authorized personnel can tell you that, or a security force.
Okay, and the reason why I'm still going to stay in here and take pictures is because those policies don't trump my First Amendment. The First Amendment allows me, I'm the freedom of the press. I'm allowed to, in public, videotape wherever I want, okay? Unless I am trespassing. The eyes cannot trespass. So
where does the limit extend to?
Of me filming?
What if it was after hours?
Of course not. But we're still in hours here, sir. I mean, the only time I would not be allowed in here is if they're closed. Now, if he has that little gate open, that little door right there, the frame, I can stand right here and videotape. It's their job to cover everything up.
Well, I'm not going to get into a debate over what the First Amendment allows or doesn't. That's kind of up to the courts. I'm going to go after what their posted sign here says on their property.
Okay, so
which
then
says that another authorized personnel has the authority to tell you that you need to leave or stop photographing.
okay, so then I'm gonna put you in a very tough situation, sir. I'm gonna stand here, or we can just put the cuffs on me right now. Those are the situations that we're gonna be in, sir.
We're not there just quite yet.
No, because then I'll put it this way. I'm gonna plead the fifth. I'm done talking. I'm gonna give you two options. It's rather I'm gonna stand here in my building that you pay for as well, and everyone else in here, or we're gonna put the cuffs on me. I'm gonna reach in my pocket to get my other camera. I'm gonna set this down here.
Did a GoPro?
Yes, sir.
I don't know if it'll capture it from you.
That's fine. Pick the poison, sir.
Well, I have to go get the postal inspector first. Let me go get the postal inspector because I want to make sure, in accordance with our Commonwealth's attorney policy, that we actually have the property owner and manager in presence. Can you come out here, please, sir? Are you the postal inspector for the?
No, supervisor, sir.
You're a supervisor. Are you the highest ranking supervisor working here right now?
Yeah, the postmaster is in there.
He's what?
He's in there. The postmaster is in there.
Can you have him come out here, please? If you want, you can be at ease.
Nope.
I'm just saying you don't have to hold your arms up the whole time if you don't want to. You could also, if you want, you can just be casual. Hi.
We got domestic violence, and you guys are still here, right? Domestic violence, and you guys are still here wasting your resources on me, allowing me to do this.
I'm not wasting resources.
I listen to the scanner all the time. And this time of need, you know what the highest rate is? Domestic violence and suicide rates. Right now, it's going on, and you guys are still here with me with the camera. You understand me? This is crazy. The domestic violence right now. But you guys are messing with me.
We're not messing with you. We got
That's
called
right.
here.
And I'm going to get that report before I leave, sir. I want that incident number. I already asked Mr. Garcia for it. And this guy still hasn't stated my name. I don't even know if he works here, sir.
Well, that's why I asked for the postmaster. Although I'm sure he does. Hi, how you doing?
How you doing?
My name's Sergeant Brad Cadver. I'm with the Prince William County Police.
How you doing?
We're just trying to stay in accordance with what our Commonwealth's attorney has asked us to do. We read your sign. It was pointed out to us, the rules and regulations stating that filming or photography is allowed unless posted by a sign or a security force or another authorized personnel.
You're correct.
I asked for the highest ranking supervisor here in the building. Is that you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I was told that you guys wanted to have this individual who's not chose to tell us his name identify himself. Is that true? Is that what you would like?
Yes.
Have him leave the property?
Yes.
Is that
So right now
include-
you're assessing a trespass. You are
Correct.
telling him to get me off
No,
the
I'm
property.
asking him if that's what he
No,
wants
no,
us to do.
you're.
Do you not want him trespassed?
No, I don't want no trespass. Is that what happened?
Yeah, he was just here filming and then the customers were getting upset.
Yes, I want him to remove.
So you want him trespassed and removed from the property and the curtilage thereof?
Yes.
Okay. All
Okay.
right then.
Here we go, sir. This is the option I'm
Okay.
putting you in.
Well, sir, you've been informed.
I can't trespass a building that I own and you own as well.
I'm just letting you know before we charge you with trespassing that you have been notified by the supervisor. What was your exact title, sir?
I'm the OIC, acting postmaster.
Acting postmaster of this location. And he has told you he doesn't want you in the building or on the curtilage thereof in the presence of local law enforcement. So we're going to go ahead and do our job as we are instructed to do. You're more than likely to take up this dispute in court, as you'll have a court date, and that's where you can contest based on the ideas that you have. Okay, and whether or not you feel it's a violation of your First Amendment rights, that's what the purpose of the trial is for.
I'm just gonna, sorry to cut you off, but I am gonna
That's
cut
fine.
you off. I hate when people say, sorry to cut you off, and they cut you off.
Understand.
Has he taken a look at his own rules and regulations?
I'm not. That's not my
Okay,
responsibility.
sir,
Though.
I'm just, can I get your name, please?
Sir, I got you leave the building, please.
Okay, I'm gonna listen to this. I'm gonna leave the building
Okay.
on a threat, but I'm gonna let you know this is a public building. I'm gonna stand right here in public.
Well, I said the curtilage thereof, so it means anywhere it's the curtilage of the property.
So
of the
now you're
post
kicking.
office.
So you're trespassing me from a
No,
public
no.
spot.
Yeah, I'll tell you where. I can show you where the curtilage ends.
No,
if
no,
you'd
no,
like
no.
me to.
I know that's. You know
just
what?
trying to help out.
No, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna stay right here, sir. I'm gonna put you guys in this type of situation.
The curtilage is right here where the public sidewalk is. You can still sit there and film the building all day long from there if you'd like. But the parking lot and the building itself.
I'm gonna put you guys in that type of situation, like I said earlier. Here we go. I'm not leaving.
So you're refusing to leave after being lawfully told by the property owner in the presence of local law enforcement that you want to stay on the property. Is that correct?
Sir,
I'm just asking if that's what you want to do.
I want to.
If you don't, you would be walking out with us
I
right
want to stay on my building, the building that we pay for.
now. Okay. The building your taxpayers pay for, this building right here, you want to stay in it right now.
Yes.
After having been told by the supervisor of
To
the
leave
building
my building, yes.
and by the local law enforcement in their presence. So you want to go ahead and stay here.
Yes, to leave. This is my building, sir.
At this time, you would then be considered trespassing. Are you willing to leave the property?
I'm not willing to leave the property,
Are you
sir.
a Virginia resident?
Yes, I am, sir.
Okay.
Not willing to leave this property. I'm going to put you in this type of situation.
Since you told me you're a Virginia resident, once we identify you, we can go ahead and release you on a summons.
I'm not.
If you're willing to comply and then leave the building.
I'm not willing to give you my name, sir. I haven't committed a
If
crime.
you're not willing to stop the act, we'll have to take you into custody and bring you before a magistrate. Do you understand that? Okay. I'll let you set your phone down so it doesn't get damaged at this
So
point
we'll
in
do
time.
it right out here, sir.
Sure, we can go outside.
You guys know the rules and regulations. You know this is not right, sir.
Well, I'm acting on the rules and regulations as they have posted and as they have
Listen,
noted.
listen. Do you understand what I'm doing, sir?
I do. Yeah, I'm very familiar with this.
When you were an officer, you were swore to uphold the Constitution. Is that
That's correct.
All three of you guys, right? What I am doing is not wrong. Now I have to prove a point. Now I'm about to go to jail right now to prove a point, and I'm pretty sure you guys know exactly what type of situation I've been in with you guys before. If not, you guys would be well aware of it. I've not committed a crime, sir.
Are you the individual that was arrested for wearing a mask out by County Complex?
You're exactly right, sir. You guys
I'm
know
well
exactly
aware of that.
who I am. And you guys
Well, I
know
don't remember
exact-
your name, to be honest,
okay.
off the top of
And
my
you guys
head.
know exactly what I do. All right? I already have a letter from the chief stating that those two officers have done something wrong in that situation. I don't want to put you three in the situation. I really don't. Okay? And sir, please, this is not like a threat that I'm taking it.
No, I don't
want
think
to
it
help
is.
all three of us out, okay?
No, and
You think on a Friday I want to go sit in magistrate right
Well,
now?
I hope not.
All right? No, I don't. But listen, I'm here to prove a point, and you guys are here to uphold the law, sir. And you've been very cordial with me. All three of you guys have.
I think, I think the main difference between the two examples you had before, the one where you were out on the open complex, public grounds of the county complex, out there at the government center, that was an open and freely accessible sidewalk and public area.
And this is too, sir. Sir. Do you see where I'm going?
I see where
this
you're
is
going.
a federal building that taxpayers pay. I
But
don't want to put you in this situation,
It
sir.
is a federal building the taxpayers pay.
Okay,
but at
so
the same
then-
time, they have a sign posted, which you referred me to. You're the one who directed me
And
to
that allows me to do this. You can't trespass somebody from public.
It allows
sir.
you to do it unless restricted by authorized personnel.
Here we go. All right.
So-
I think you guys are putting. Do you want to do this? I'm sorry. I shouldn't. I know you're the head one in charge. Think about this, sir. And this is not a threat.
Thank you, man.
All right. So I'm gonna let you guys know right now. I'm outside. I'm gonna walk back in there. All right. And if you guys want to solicit.
I just want to give you some options, though, because if you want to just record the happenings of the post office, you can stand out there beyond the curtilage.
I'm going to videotape mine and your building and everyone else's building in here. I'm gonna go back into my building.
Okay.
All right, sir.
So you're doing this to challenge the legality of their sign they have posted in there? Is that the reason you're doing it?
I'm making sure they know their rules and regulations. I already been here for almost an hour now, and I'm wasting resources like I told you. I just heard on your call there is domestic violence right now, and you guys know it just like I told you guys inside there. Right now, since this quarantine's going on, the biggest calls that you guys are getting, suicides and domestic violence. Is that right?
Well, I don't know. I haven't looked at the
Is that right?
stats.
Majority of the calls. Stop
But we're
playing
getting
with
those,
me.
yes. We're
And
getting those
where
calls.
are we at now with me? So how
Well,
about
the
this?
problem is, sir, so long as you're on the property and the property owner is wishing that you
What's
leave,
the
I can't
what's
just
the
leave.
difference between that property that's a public property and the property that I own over here?
All right, sir.
Sorry, sir.
Come on, man.
Okay.
We shouldn't have to do. And what's your
I
name
know.
one more time, sir?
First Sergeant Brad Cavender.
We shouldn't do this, sir. I
I
have
know.
no ill will, man.
I
I
know
haven't
you
raised
don't.
my voice.
I know.
I have done everything to
But
comply with what I'm doing.
This is the last time I'm going to say it. The manager has asked you to leave. He's the supervisor of the post office, the acting
Oh, don't-
postmaster. If you're
Are
not
we
willing to
going
leave the
here?
curtilage of the building and go onto the public property down there, we're going to have to charge you for trespassing. If you aren't going to provide an idea and refrain from doing the act further,
What is the
we'll have to
ID?
bring
What
you-
is the ID going to do that's going to stop me from going inside this
The
building?
ID is not going to stop you from doing anything, but it allows us to release you on a summons if you show us that you're a Virginia resident and you're willing to stop the act, as opposed to going to jail. That's what the ID does. It's a charge that's releasable on a summons. So if you're willing to show us your ID and no
So
longer be on the property,
am I detained? Am I
right
being
now,
detained?
you're free to leave if you'd like to go.
And that means I'm free to stay.
No, because he's told you have
see
to
what
leave.
I'm saying? You're telling if I'm not being detained,
You're not being detained by the police, but you're not free to be on this property. So you can either comply with the property owner's wishes and leave the property,
no,
or we'll
stop
have to charge
saying sir. State it
the
right.
property manager, the
No,
supervisor of the post.
Our property.
Fine, the supervisor of this
No, no.
piece of property.
Our property.
Okay, well, it's still the supervisor.
And it's mine, yours, his. That young lady that just
Alright.
left here.
At this time, you're under arrest for trespassing. Go ahead and put your hands behind your back.
All right. At the end of this video, I did get arrested for trespassing on our own building that we, the taxpayers, pay for. Court is not until 6 months down the road because everything that's going on with the coronavirus. I will keep you guys updated. You'll have the officers' names, badge numbers, and where the local precinct is, their phone number as well in the description box.